Hey trainers, it's Alakaham here with some more Pokemon video magic, and today I am going to be showcasing a team in which I was able to test out my newly acquired Deoxys Defense, and I have a perfect 1500 CP Deoxys with 2 charge moves. I'm very happy with that particular find. So I've got 5 matches to show you. We pick up a really positive lead here with Hypno against Nidoqueen. Shadow Hypno is going to be very effective here. You can see how much the confusion damage is doing. I didn't want them to get to another charge move, so I decided to go ahead and throw the Thunder Punch. That way I can make them shield, and I can throw up a shield but still be ahead on energy, so I get some advantage here. One more confusion lets me get to the Shadow Ball, which is almost going to take out the Marowak, and I can just come in with Jellicent and go for the farm down. I know this probably looks like a showcase for Shadow Hypno right now, but I assure you that Deoxys will get some time to shine. Alright, so we go for another Shadow Ball against the Medicham there, the Fancy Pants guy. And they just kind of give up. They see the Deoxys and they know what's coming. So that was pretty fun. We picked up a really good lead, so that one was fortunate for us. By the way, this team has a really tough time with dark types, so Obstagoon is kind of rough there. We did switch into the Deoxys because Deoxys can do super effective damage with the fighting type fast move counter. And here I am just going for some Rock Slides because it's going to do neutral damage against the Grand Bull, but also because it's not going to debuff our attack. So Deoxys was able to get to that Psycho boost toward the end there, and that did quite a bit of damage. So we did take both shields, and now I could come in and farm down with the Jellicent. They brought in a Venusaur, but little do they know, I have Ice Beam good to go there, and then I swap into the Hypno to take out the Venusaur with one last confusion there. Okay, so now we get to the very problematic Obstagoon here, and I'm just trying to chip damage and save shields. Do I use it? Okay, so I guess I was thinking I could get to that next Thunder Punch, and fortunately I do. Okay, so we are going to land the Thunder Punch, and that's going to be a good game. I could have maybe let the Hypno go and then saved the shield for the Jellicent and tried to go for an Ice Beam. But what I was probably thinking there was that Hypno already had some energy built up, so if I used the shield there, I could probably get to Thunder Punch faster than I could get to a move on the Jellicent. Okay, picking up a negative lead, so we swap into our Deoxys, and they bring in an Azumarill. Azumarill is a pretty decent counter for Deoxys, but it's not great. Because of the defensive stacking, we're going to be able to get away with a lot in this matchup here. That's why Deoxys is such a wonderful safe swap. And I tell you, I am really loving having the Deoxys Defense. I have desired one ever since I started playing, but it has been unavailable up until now. So I love it. All right, we are not going to get to a couple of Rock Slides, so I decide to get a couple of Psycho Boosts. And we do debuff our attack every time that we throw a Psycho Boost, but we got both shields, so that's pretty good. I'm going to let the Deoxys go, come back in with the Hypno, and farm down with these confusions. So we do have a Shadow Ball loaded, and we're going to go ahead and throw that right away to do as much damage as possible against that Melmetal. Probably let this go through. Yeah, Rock Slide, Superpower, none of it is gonna, one-hit KO or anything like that. Getting both of those shields was really huge for us in this matchup. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Shadow Ball, which should do a lot of damage, but losing the Hypno is really bad here because Meganium as a grass type is going to be very strong against Jellicent, but we get to the Ice Beam, so that will take out the Meganium. That one was very close. We had big scare there in the back. That could have gone much worse. But fortunately, they were not quite able to get to the second Frenzy Plant before we hit the Ice Beam, so that's pretty good. Believe it or not, this is a positive lead against the Haunter because Shadow Hypno's Confusions are going to go to town on a Poison type. So even though Haunter can do super effective damage, that took 4 fast moves to completely faint it out. So I thought that was definitely worth a shield. And now we have 2 Thunder Punches, each of which will be super effective, plus they're shadow boosted. So this is a pretty good situation. We got the shield back, and we're going to go for another Thunder Punch. This Skarmory is really going to have a rough time here. Got the second shield, and we're going to come in with the Jellicent. Probably shield up here in case that's a Brave Bird. Just a Sky Attack, that's alright. So we're going to keep farming. This could be a Brave Bird, that would not be pleasant, and it is. Yeah, Brave Bird does a lot of damage, so... okay, so we can use a Shadow Ball there and chunk quite a bit of damage, but Whiscash is pretty tanky. So I bring in the Defense Deoxys because it can... it can survive a Blizzard, no problem. I throw the Rock Slide and I undercharge so that I'm able to get a little more farm, and then we go straight for the Psycho Boost. Even though it's resisted, it should be enough to KO from that range. And there we go. That's a good game there. All right, going into the next match. I did, by the way, for everybody who's thinking, like, what does he do if he hits an Umbreon? I ended up switching out the Jellicent for future matches, and I'm having a much better time because this team did start running up against a problem with dark types, so I did sub in another Pokemon for later, and maybe I'll share that in a future video. Alright, bringing in the Defense Deoxys. I expected them to shield, which is why I built up to a couple of Psycho Boosts, but they let the Abomasnow go. That's fine. Now I have another 2 Psycho Boosts, which will be super effective against the Ivysaur. It's an Ivysaur. That's pretty interesting. We get the shield. That's really good. I'm going to shield up once here because I don't want to take any serious damage on the Hypno, but we would have just been able to farm down with Confusions, no problem, and then we have 2 pretty healthy Pokemon in the end. So Hypno made them quit out there, and I really think that Deoxys Defense shines. There's a reason why this Pokemon is so popular, and I couldn't be happier that it's been made available in 5-star raids recently. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing a kind of showcase on the Defense Deoxys. Maybe if you are working with a Defense Deoxys for the first time like I was, you'll enjoy seeing maybe some ways to strategically use this Pokemon, and let me know what you think in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to click the like button, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would really love to be able to hear from you more often. I'll talk to you next time, trainers.